Hello guys, I am Shane Davis, 20-year comic book veteran. I'm here with a beautiful, lovely, sometimes she's been known to make this here man a sandwich, wife of mine, light of my life, Yanzi.
Hi.
And today's day we're talking about Donny Cates, Marvel comic writer, as he desperately needs a big bad guy. So here we go. So saw this on Twitter the other day, and some people were like, whoa, what is Donny Cates talking about? And got around, and I quickly kind of said, I think this is bait. And I sat back for a minute, and I didn't get involved, and it kind of played out the way I thought it was going to play out. Donny Cates is a Marvel Comics writer, for people that don't know, that basically rose to fame from working on Venom, has had some outings with Comicsgate before. I've heard from other creators that were at the bar at a con, had a feverish conversation with Dynamite to not support Comicsgate, to not do business with Comicsgate. So Donny has had issues. There's obviously the famous drunk call from Donny Cates on Ethan Van Sciver's stream that he often plays over and over again, which probably is a hard pillow to sleep on for Donny Cates. But before we get into it, please look down below, hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notification, guys. It helps this channel out, helps us grow, and helps the good word out there. All right, so where we're at today, all that's in the past. Today, Donny Cates finds himself in an interesting situation with what I would call Substack. Substack is a type of Patreon type situation where you pay a monthly bill, right, Yanzi? A monthly bill. You get some comics. Now, you want to explain to people how people got into Substack through grants and stuff?
Well, what happened was that last year, I would say around July or so, Substack came out and said, oh, we want to make digital comics. And they went and threw dollars at a whole bunch of people, mainly writers. We're talking people like Donny Cates, Scott Snyder, Scotty Young is the odd one out, James Tinney, and all these people were all courted by Substack. And they were basically given money, and they were told, bring on your artists, bring on your fellow creators, make your stuff on our platform. And by the end of 1 year, if you decide that you are done with us, you're done with us. You can take your subscribers and go, or you can stay on with us and continue making money now.
Right.
So they were pretty much had all their funding money given to them by Substack. So people like Donny Cates could obviously afford Ryan Stegman to work on his book for him because Substack was paying the bill. But
Right.
I'm not sure what that'd be happening going forward though.
Yeah, but some of these people, it's not so much that Substack was throwing the money up. That was part of it, sure. But rates were desperately being cut at Marvel and DC due to the shutdown, due to Diamond owed a lot of money, due to basically distribution problems in the direct comic book market. Sales have been going down. Manga is climbing. Some of the people in charge here in this writers market, you'll notice a lot of power in Substack went to writers. It's funny that Substack would offer money to arguably some of the people that maybe push comic sales down by writing a bunch of fifis, woke agenda, whatever, a bunch of tie-ins and diluted comic book stories that just weren't anything like, let's do death metal one more time, whatever. I mean, stuff like that. So those guys are the people we need to hire for this, not because they're only sinking the ship over here. So let's bring them over here. And a lot of this is kind of like, I want to say rats jumping ship, but it's more like parasites jumping host. Okay, so here they are in Substack. They take this money, and it is a sink or swim situation. Why I bring this up is this is where Donny Cates basically is today. He's doing this Substack thing, and somebody's going to say, but Shane, he still does this. He still says, sure, yes. But you're going to say, well, Shane, there's no big loss in the Substack thing. He had money up front, right? And I'm like, yes, but what if he fails at this? What if he fails at this in such a way that there's a lot of egg in his face? And from what we can tell, maybe he's at a 5-month mark right now in this 1-year grant. So he's at a point where he can kind of see about what half his return is going to be on this, what half his growth is. And the reality is he probably needs a lot of subs to this thing to make this work. And I think this stuff is basically on print elsewhere, right?
Eventually, yeah, most of these guys, just like Scott Snyder, they are printing with someone else in the end. Nobody knows. Each one of them have their own deals. But we know Snyder, for example, is printing stuff through Dark Horse. So I guess because Donny Cates is seeing this is what most businesses do when they're around the halfway mark of their goalpost. They want to take stock and see where they're at to see whether they're going to be in the red by the time they reach the goalpost or whether they're going to be in the black when they reach the goalpost. For Donny, for him to hire someone like Ryan Stegman, keep him on the payroll and all that, it's probably not going to be cheap, and he has to be able to pay the bill himself based on what he's earning from Substack.
So to sum this up, the situation is now you're caught up. Donny Cates, halfway in to a Substack deal, needs more subs. What do? How do you get more subs? You have to get attention. So what does he do? He goes and goes on a twit rant, which we're going to go through real quick, but basically accuses CG of sexually harassing his wife.
Well, it all began rather innocuously too. For people who are thinking, oh no, this started as a Comicsgate rant. No, it started out really simple. Someone here, Carl, said, it's creepy when any dude talks about your wife's appearance in any way. There's no such thing as a nice compliment about your wife's looks. Donny Cates says, oh, I disagree. It's very situational, has to be in good faith, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's different when someone you trust that tells you your wife looks pretty in dress or whatever. And then he goes on and starts talking about his relationship with his wife. He says, so his wife, Megan, has worked in film for 15 years and comics for like 10. A lot of her friends are naturally men, and they are very respectful of marriage and of Megan. And if one of them commented on an Instagram post saying she looks beautiful, I wouldn't bat an eye. But here we go. I will say this, though, and I won't name any names. But when I first started dating Megan, I would often go and hang at a table while I was on breaks. And I was astonished at how naive I had been about what women go through in this industry as far as creepy dudes go. So let's hear it, what it is. And this says, Megan and I don't really have to deal with this anymore. It died down a lot when we publicly came out as a couple. And that's good that they backed off. But it's so effed up that these guys only backed off once they knew she was with someone with power.
Yeah. So what we're going to see is Donny trying to flex that he's a powerful person because he's desperately losing power and he's wanting to really cling on to that. And then he's going to follow up with, people.
No. He continues to feed on to the disillusion, this idea, this grandiose idea. Donny, we call that a narcissist, by the way, that he is a powerful person. So he goes on and says, like, oh, you were perfectly fine harassing and stalking, I guess, my, at that time, girlfriend before. But now that you know that she's with someone who could hurt your career if you act out, now you behave like a gentleman. Super cool. So pathetic. So notice over here, he uses the term gentleman. So we definitely know that the harassers are men in the industry. All right. And then he goes on to say, anyway, I woke up today with a bunch of CG incels sending me dozens of DMs on Instagram, telling me and showing me with Photoshop pictures of her, all the things they want to do to her. And I know they never will. It's just them trying to get a rise out of me. But yeah. All right. So a bunch of people DM you on Instagram. Do they have like hashtag Comicsgate or something in their username? Do they say I am CG in their username or something? How do you know they're CG incels if they even exist to begin with?
Actually, a lot of comics Twitter, if you guys haven't noticed, they like to pretend like anything that opposes them in life, even if it's just an opposing opinion, is Comicsgate.
Oh, so it's that whole, everything I don't like is Hitler meme, isn't it?
Well, basically, if I took Donny's parking space, which I actually would, I would be Comicsgate. If you took the last donut at the table, you would be Comicsgate. It's that type of thing. Like, now, what he did here, though, is very alarming because this is something that really should be out there, I think, if this really happened. And I think it's really damning to take a group and accuse them of something because, I mean, one person is one person. You can't blame a group for that. So is there like, how many people are there? Is it one? Is there five? What is this? Is this is this 200 and whatever? Like, you can't just throw this type of accusation out there without backing it up. Obviously, he did. And this is trying to be a victim overnight because, again, he's powerful, remember? So now he's a powerful victim. How does that work? Well, I mean, with SJWs and a lot of woke, I mean, being a victim and saying I have to block people because they attacked me. The victim, the attackee in any situation somehow it counts for points. I don't get it. Like,
so you get points if you can somehow say, I held my shield up. I have blocked off the attackers from all these incels.
Right. You know, and this is Donny who said at one point in time he had to leave Twitter. So how do you feel about it?
How do I feel about it? I will say one very important thing, though, especially Donny over here. Look, he said it himself here. I was astonished at how naive I had been about what women go through in this industry. So if he's astonished about what women in this industry have to go through, Donny, if there are men out there sending DMs, sending these lewd pictures of your wife to you and saying what they want to do to her, I think you owe it to every single woman in this industry right now to name names. shine a spotlight on these culprits. Let people know who they are. Show the receipts. Don't be scared. All the women in the industry will actually come out and support you and say, Donny, thank you. Thank you for looking out for us, Donny, you feminist ally, you. Thank you for protecting us from all these horrible people. And then now we know wherever we see them, we can point at them and say, incel, incel.
Yeah. I doubt that would happen, but it would be good for him to back up like these accusations. And I do agree with you on that. Like, if he really is so concerned about what women go through, he would basically stand up for women. And right now, from what I'm seeing, he's not even standing up for his own wife.
Dude, he's not standing for anybody at this point. In fact, right now he's now attacking Christians, because that's what it is. He says he's basically calling all these CG incels. A lot of the people that send me this sexually inappropriate things about my wife very often have profile pics with like wives and kids and claim to be protectors of God's words. So he's wrapping up CG incels and Christians all in one neat little package.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't you just go attack like a huge demographic in America that maybe would buy entertainment, Donny? You're such an idiot. Like, I don't know where.
Wait, okay, refresh my memory. What did Donny do again that makes him such an important icon of modern comics?
Venom.
Oh, so let me guess. He owns Venom. That's why everyone must listen to him.
No, he doesn't own Venom.
Then why are we listening to him?
I don't know. And that's the real thing here. And that's why he's having to throw out these blanket accusations, because nobody is really listening. He's not, he's only as relevant as the big Marvel thing, as Maximum Carnage or something like that they're doing and are backing him. And right now, Donny's really showed corporations that he will turn tail and run, given the opportunity. And I'm not so sure. Yeah, I'm not so sure, like, Marvel's investment in Donny going forward. Are they going to put everything behind him? Because all the advertising of Donny Cates that they'll do to sell a big comic book event is only going to transfer into Donny Cates selling his creator-owned property somewhere. He's kind of in this weird position where he's got to make this work. He's got to make Substack work, and he's got to draw attention. And this whole thing, I personally, if it's true, I disavow it. I want to know who the people are. If it's not true, I want to know that. Like, we
definitely deserve to know if they're bad actors in any group, and we should actually call them out for it. We do not need people tarnishing a whole group because of a few bad apples. Show the receipts, Donny. Show us who these culprits are, and we will publicly condemn them.
Right. Condemnation is happening. All right. So anyways, guys, let us know what you think below in the comments. Do you believe this is true? I think it's Mateo, to be honest. I think it's Mateo. Also, I want to remind people, thank you for all the support on Inglorious Rex, working on pages. Took a moment for this video. Working on pages 200 and getting ready to be $251,000. That's $250,000 on my second Indiegogo crowdfund. No Substack needed here. And I'll leave you guys with the trailer for Inglorious Rex. Catch you guys again with another video.
I'm show the whole world who I am. Boom, boom, boom. Major look, huh? Yeah, this one is for the books. All these chances I took still, I move straight on these rooks now. Hold me up or hold me down, have my back or hold my crown. Either you with me or not, but you better give all you got, cause I break the game. Can't control me. I got the power, I got the key.